All right. Hey, friends. Welcome back to BDST with Toya, the podcast where we talk bold and dark and spicy books. I am here today with an author who writes them. I am your host, Toya, and today I am excited to be sitting down with author CJ Sweet, the mind behind Come For Me, book one and two, and Pray For Me is book three. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. So, CJ, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I am CJ Sweet. I wrote, just like you said, Come For Me, books one and two, and then Pray For Me is going to be the third book that's coming out. I am a licensed mental health professional in Virginia outside of writing books. And I did establish my own publishing company. It's called Broken Spine Publishing. You'll see it in my little logo. And um, then yeah, you can find my books on my website, brokenspinepublishing.com, or you can find signed copies there. But otherwise, you can get my books on Amazon.
I found you on Amazon and on TikTok. I happened to be scrolling, and that's how I came across your book. I was just like, oh, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to read it because this
Yes.
looks extremely interesting. So I was excited as hell. Didn't read the back of the book, didn't go
Yes.
and try to, it was just like, okay, this book is supposed to be spicy. It's a fantasy. Let me read it. That's all that I found out about it. And it sucked me in. And then I started telling my friends about it. And then they got sucked into. So here we are.
What else do you need to know? That it was a book and it was fantasy and spicy. Nothing else
Right.
you need to know.
Right.
Say
And I am,
less.
yes. And I'm new to fantasy. So for me, I just like with fantasy books, I'm, I feel unsure. I'm like, okay, is there going to be spice in it? Is there going to be enough spice? Because I am a spicy book reader.
Hmm.
So far, when it comes to spice, fantasy has not disappointed at all.
Good.
So I loved it. I loved it. For Come For Me, what sparked the idea for that book?
Yeah, I was consuming so many like romance novels. I was
Mhm.
consuming dark spice, fated mate spice, like, and I just felt insatiable. Like, have you ever had that moment where you read multiple great plot lines and then you just
Yes.
really wanted to just kind of smash them together and then sprinkle
Yes.
in the other parts and the other tropes and to make one perfect book for you? Okay, so I
Yes.
was having that moment where I was reading so many great books that were making me feel the things,
Hmm.
and I but I wanted them all together. So I just I wrote it so I could read it, and I just didn't stop, and suddenly I had a book.
And this is your first book, like this was the first book you've ever written. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my God. And it did
Yes.
so damn well.
It
Oh,
really did. It took off. I never expected it to take off like it did. I truly was just saying that if at least one other person loves it,
mhm.
great. Like, it was a bucket list item. I wanted to be able to say that I wrote a book, and now it's just become a huge part of my life. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So when did you actually start writing this book? Like when did that take place? When you were finally just like pen to paper or fingers to
Y-
keyboard?
Yeah, or sometimes fingers to phone if you write on Google
Yeah, I
Docs.
hear that. I don't know how you authors do that. I mess up with fuck text messaging, just trying to my fingers start slipping. So I don't know how you guys do that.
Oh, I am a fast texter. I can text real
What?
fast. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, but I started writing it in 2022. I was in
Hmm.
grad school and I really needed an escape.
Hmm.
Um, if you don't know, grad school is hard. Found that out. But, yeah,
I
so I was
hear.
just writing this. Yes, it's not for the weak.
Oh,
So I just needed an escape, and books were that escape, and like I
mhm.
said, I needed more, and so I wrote, and that was 2022, then published in 2024.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I would have. I no. Mm-mm. I couldn't. I've thought about it where I'm like, oh, do you want to write books, Toya? No, you just want to read them and talk to the authors about them. I don't. Yeah, I can't do it. And my hat's off to all of you authors as you guys create these stories for us as readers. And I'm a person who can read and then I picture it when I'm reading it.
Mhm. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
yeah. Yeah. And you did amazing with your book because I was able to picture everything.
Really? That's so great to
Yes.
so I'm not a visual reader, so to be able to hear that you were able to follow it like a movie
Mm-hmm.
is I'm really glad to hear that because that was
Yes.
my goal. So,
That
great.
makes the book to me that is what separates the books. That's what makes them like what takes something from being 3 stars for me to a 4 or a 5.
Mhm.
Is how I'm able to visualize it while I'm reading. If I can't visualize it and I'm just reading it, okay. But if I can visualize it, oh yeah, yeah, it's wonderful. So income for me, Elena is our extremely independent FMC. And then we
Mhm.
have, is it Dex or is it Dax?
Dax.
Okay,
Like like Max, but with a D.
gotcha. Gotcha.
Yep.
So when you were writing this book, right? Because
Mhm.
I know that our wonderful FMC also loved another one of our MMCs. Well, he is really an MMC. He's just mainly just an extra, Caleb.
Mhm.
At any point, did you think of making this book a why choose when you were writing?
I love that you asked this, by the way. You're the first person to ask me this, and I'm so
Really?
glad that you yes, and I'm so glad that you are. Um, so it was not going to be a true "why choose," and when
Hmm.
I say true "why choose," where the character chooses both at the
Hmm.
end, right?
Hmm.
It but yes, it was going to be that there were going to be 2 mates for Elena. So except it's not with who you think. So, originally, I started writing Caleb
Hmm.
knowing he wasn't going to be the MMC. He was never going to be, he was always going to be the character that we just start with.
Hmm.
Um, and then as I'm writing him, I realized, "Oh, crap, I think I like him." I was like, "How do I" and that's how Dax was actually born because I was like, "Well, now I have to make someone better than that," and in my mind,
Right.
I wanted someone who was very much like Klaus from the Vampire Diaries, and so I was like,
Yes.
"Alright, there you go." So that's how he was born, but it was actually and you're gonna feel a certain way about this,
Oh,
but
okay.
but it was actually Colin who I was going to make the other mate. So he was going to be the mate to, um, Elena, and I'm trying to use this without spoilers, but yes.
Wow.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, well.
Well, think about it. So, like, a lot of my readers, the feedback that I get is that prior to the big awful thing he does,
Hmm.
they're all like, "Oh, I kind of like him. Like, am I supposed to like him? I don't want to." And it's
Yeah.
because you were supposed to at one point in my writing journey. You were supposed to like him.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
I know. That
Okay,
makes
yeah,
sense
you're
though,
right.
right?
Yes, it does. And I do kind of feel away.
Yep. Yep. That's fair. You're valid.
Oh, oh my God. So while writing the book, did any of the characters ever argue with you? I hear that a lot from authors where almost like their characters talk to them while they're writing.
Mhm.
So at any point did your characters argue with you like the how you wanted to write them and how they wanted to be written?
Mm. I mean, Elena was by far the most stubborn. Like, do you know what you want or do you not? And are you gonna go after what you want or are you
Right.
not? So she and I fought a lot in this story, a lot.
Oh my goodness. I could see that because she's very strong,
Mhm.
very strong. And I love that. Loved it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I could see the okay. Which character was the easiest for you to write?
Mm. Oof. Either Sam or Dax. Yeah.
I love Dax. I do. He was so broody.
He's so ruthless. I love it.
I do. I was just like, yeah, this is sexy. Although there was that one scene where he took himself down those stairs, honey, and outside it pissed me off. I was like, push her down. Why is she on you? Why is she watching you from the window? What is happening? I was so mad.
He is so yummy.
Oh,
Mhm.
I'm like, if
Mhm.
you haven't read this book, and you definitely have to, you will understand what happens when he takes his ass down those stairs to where he's not supposed to be.
Mhm.
Oh my
I
God.
had I had an author friend, reach out to me,
Hmm.
and, he tells me, he's like, "I think I lost my wife to your MMC in your book." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. Come on, it's Dax." So,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
we love Dax. He's
Yes.
yummy.
Yes. Who fell harder when it came to falling in love? Was it Dax or was it Elena,
That's a good question. Um,
in
Dax
your
fell
opinion?
faster,
Yeah. I feel like that
and
too.
Elena fell harder.
I didn't think about it like that. Yeah.
'Cause Elena was it was a true realization for her.
Hmm.
So it went from 0 to 100 in her head of like,
Hmm.
"No, I don't want this," to, "Oh my god, I have to have this. Like, I can't be without this."
Hmm.
And then but Dax, it was instant. It was like, like, I'm not falling hard. I've already fallen.
Right. Oh, damn, I didn't think about it like that. Okay. Okay. So, with the book having the amount of spice in it that it does, and it is a perfect balance of spice in this book. How did you do your research? I am always shocked by how authors do their research. But what, CJ, does your research history look like?
For just the spice?
We'll start with the spice, sure, and then we can get
Okay, okay. We'll go right into it. Um, so I really didn't research much of the spice. It really was just imagination.
Okay.
It's just this
Okay.
is what goes on in CJ's brain apparently.
Oh,
Good.
okay. You are the first author that I have interviewed that has given that particular answer.
Oh no.
A lot of them will say, well, I guess I kind of thought about stuff, but they're like, it was Pornhub, it was Karma Sutra books, and yeah.
Oh, they did actual research. Got it.
Yep.
This wasn't just like born in their mind already. I got it. Got
Yep.
it. Well, okay. I will say that I am like one of the careers I am pursuing is
Hmm.
to be there is sex therapy that is part of that. Um so
Okay.
just to become that sounded so vague. Let me actually say what I'm trying to say before things get perceived a certain way. So I am studying to become a couples therapist. And so
Oh,
sex
nice.
therapy
Okay.
is part of that.
Right.
And so I am familiar and non-judgmental
Mhm.
and educated about um, toys or consent and
Mhm.
other sexual interactions. I'll say that.
Okay. Okay. I love that. I
Yes.
love that. Okay. Okay. So with Elena, how did her past shape how you wrote her as a character?
Mm, yeah. So I'm gonna gather my thoughts real quick.
Feel free. Because I was just like, Elena, she was trying forever to like, okay, she was, part of the hunt thing that was going on, but it just seemed like
Hmm.
she really, really, really wanted to be with Caleb and not knowing her past. I was just like, okay, she didn't want to leave everybody. And she's like, I
Hmm.
want to stay here. And I'm like, okay, so at what point I'm trying to, I guess in my mind, figure out what made her just finally be like, okay, I'm going with you.
Hmm.
Other than the fact that Dax was super, super hot. Um,
Yeah.
because I'd have
Well,
left too.
me too,
Forgot
girl.
everything and left.
Yeah. So for Elena, the moment where she decides that she is wanting to be with him is,
Mm,
and how do I explain this? Um, she has the anxious attachment style, and that's from her early childhood losing her parents.
mm-hmm,
And so there was a moment in book one,
mm-hmm.
um, the literal cliffhanger, where um
If y'all can see
her
my face, I'm stressed the hell out by that cliffhanger.
right, where you start to see the push and pull start to be more of a pull of her
Mm-hmm,
wanting to bring him in. And um so that's always been there for her. It's just she's been fighting it. And so when you get into book two,
mm-hmm,
um she starts to realize that her biggest fear is not her biggest fear. So what I mean by that is her anxious attachment style has her believing that everyone will leave her. And so it makes it extremely hard for her to be vulnerable,
mm-hmm.
and especially with someone who you think is not going to stick around. Dax is all
Right.
these yummy things. He's a king. He's got family. He's got
Mm-hmm.
friends. He knows who he is. He's confident in it, and he wants her. And it's really hard to accept that someone who you believe is so amazing
Mm-hmm.
can love you when you already don't feel like you are worthy of that love.
Right.
And so she's afraid that he's going to leave because why would he stay? And then when she's faced with the reality after that cliffhanger in book two, that people leaving isn't always their choice, that fear is
Mm-hmm.
overridden. And she is like, okay, there are worse things than loving. It's never to being able to love at all.
Okay. Okay. I could see that. I can definitely, especially after the cliffhanger. I can
Hmm.
definitely see that. Speaking of your cliffhanger,
So sorry.
CJ,
I'm really
how
not
many
sorry.
how many angry responses did you get? Whether it's from your if you had an art team or just readers in general with book one when you ended it, how angry were those responses? I was so mad.
I've gotten tagged in so many videos, and I love these videos, by the way. Let me just say
Mm-hmm.
that. I get so many videos where I'm tagged where it's like CJ and they're like slamming the book down and say like we need to talk about this literal cliffhanger that you've put in place. and I'm just giggling on the other side. So I mean, I absolutely love it. And then when they get to book
Just,
2, it's even worse.
oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. So with book two, after you took us to the cliff and you didn't just like go, oh, look down. No, you came running full speed and shoved us off the side to see if we could fly. After you did that, when you start book two, right? How did you decide how long you were going to let us float in the air from that cliffhanger from book one? Because when I was reading book two, when I started it, I'm just like, okay, so are we coming back? Because my anxiety is high, is hell, and everything just kept progressing. And I'm like, no, 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 this is not where I was so mad.
Well, let me ask, prior to that feeling of, like, of anxiety,
Mhm.
did you have confidence of, like, "All right, well, obviously coming back?"
I did like part of me had hoped because of, oh goodness, I can't remember um her name. I just want to call her the bitch that he went to go see outside that he wasn't supposed to go and see. Um
I know who you're talking about.
but I'm just like, okay, so I've like, did she ever bite him at any point? Like, and then with Elena, I kind of felt like she may because of when she bit him and the mentioning of how fast she was than others. So I'm
Mhm,
like, okay, did she have something a little extra and we just didn't know? So I
mhm,
was happy when we came back.
mhm.
Um, but then part of me felt like, okay, well, if that doesn't come back, so are we just gonna put her with Sam?
Yeah. So, that your question and the anxiety that you had is exactly what I wanted to happen and why what I one of the things
Oh,
that I wanted to write in my story, which was I wanted it to be not so predictable. So I
mm-hmm,
loved the stories where that kept you guessing.
mm-hmm,
And because we all hope for one outcome, I'm going to give you that
right,
outcome, but I like the little bit of that anguish that you have to take or that anxiety that you have to take to get
yeah,
there. So, um, yeah.
because it was like, bring him back right now. Like, what are
Right
you
now. But
doing
that's what I
right
want,
now?
right? Because I don't want it to be so predictable and give you that instant gratification, because that
Mm-hmm.
is not what's gonna pull that emotion out of you.
Very true. Very true. Because, oh my God. So I mentioned Sam, and Sam and Elena have this relationship where their banter is fucking hilarious. They are instantly like brother and sister. Um, and I love it. So with that, is that something that like how was writing that? Because he's completely different to me,
Mhm.
from Dax. So what was that writing process like for Sam and Elena?
Yeah, so Sam is based off of, Nick from G New Girl,
Haven't
if you've
seen New
ever seen
Girl.
that.
Okay.
Okay, so New Girl was one of my comfort shows. So if I wasn't watching the comfort show, I was playing The Sims or I was reading. And
Okay.
so, New Girl was one of those comfort shows, and Nick was one of my favorite characters. And so I wanted a very much of a Jess and Nick relationship when
Mm-hmm.
it came to this book. So I that's how Elena and Sam's relationship is was formed is the grumpy but really just he cares and deep
Mm-hmm.
down treats you like a brother and um
Yes.
just but also attractive in sort
Mm-hmm.
of way even though that there are some brotherly vibes there. um yeah, that's what I wanted, and so
I
Sam
love
is
it.
the best.
He really is. He reminds me of my brother. Um, so because we banter back and forth like that. And so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I love it. I love it. So it is important to mention that in this book, these characters are shifters, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And so there are parts of the book that stood out for me a lot. And there's a part of the book that was very deep, and you wrote it beautifully. And there are things that happen to Elena that her wolf protects her from so that she doesn't have to deal with it in that moment when it's
Mm-hmm.
happening to her. So, how did you decide to write that scene? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Um, so the big awful thing that happened
Mm-hmm.
is needed to be dealt with sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to bring education and potentially some provide an opportunity for people to feel seen and
Mm-hmm.
resonate. Um, because I feel like the big awful thing that we are referencing often gets portrayed in one violent way, the
Mm-hmm.
act itself is violence.
Yes.
However, how it has way more, and I'm trying to be careful with my words, but has way more fight in it. And
Mm-hmm.
feel like that is where victims then victim blame themselves of like, why didn't I fight?
Mm-hmm.
And and it's fight is not the only trauma response we see, right? There's
Right.
what we see with that happens with Elena, which is freeze. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where sometimes you don't fight. In fact, you actually kind of go along with things so that
Mm-hmm.
you can make it out on the other side. And so I wanted to, from a therapeutic lens, accurately in a fantastical way describe what that actually looks like,
Mm-hmm.
and while still providing an escape. So I just was trying to pair education, validation, and escapism, um, all in one.
I will say, um, with that particular scene, the big awful thing that happened,
Hmm.
um, this was the first time that I read it in a book where an author gave a second trigger warning for that particular scene.
Hmm.
Um, in the moment, because I did audio and physical or Kindle reading.
Hmm.
Um, when I was reading it, I'm just like, okay, I'm a dark romance reader.
Hmm.
So typically in dark romances, it is almost, I don't want to say gruesome, but it's very detailed. And the way that it is portrayed is it's just this absolutely horrible situation that is happening, and it is.
Hmm.
But the way that you described it was in a way where I could see how a person would be like, well, there was prior consent, so how is it not now? Um, and so I was like, this is a completely different way to look at this. While reading, I've never looked at it like that. Um, and so also, I feel like you gave your readers an option, which is something I've never seen done in a book. And I think that it should be implemented in a lot more books. Um, but it was just like, you can read this part or you can skip it and I can just kind of give you a little bit a synopsis of what happened without you reading the details of that.
Yeah.
I
Um,
love that you did that. I really do. I
thank,
feel like it's so important and it makes your book stand out. It really does.
thank you. That truly means a lot. So consent can be given and taken away at any time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I gave the readers another chance to withdraw their consent from
Mm-hmm.
reading the dark and triggering things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I also, as a reader who would struggle with reading the dark, more graphic details of
Mm-hmm.
those events, um, I wanted readers who experience the same thing as me to have an escape,
Mm-hmm.
and be able to have that power of choice again. Because yes,
Right.
you are choosing to read this book, and you go through and you look at my long um, content warning page, um, but you don't know always what's going to trigger you, and
Yes.
so it's a matter of, hey, here's a insight, a look into what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And now go back and decide after you've read the summary if
Mm-hmm.
you actually want to read the details. And if you don't, you're still caught up and you're not having to miss out on the content. And that was always a hard thing for me, is that I there were so many books that I loved, that I truly was invested in the plot. And just
Mm-hmm.
imagine reading your favorite book, but then you can't ever finish it
Yeah.
or know what happens because you are now triggered by it and you're too
Mm-hmm.
scared to finish the rest of it. And
Yeah.
so I wanted to make sure that for the readers out there that experience that as I do, to have a chance to choose to withdraw their consent to be triggered.
Yeah. I can't thank you enough for that. I really and I'm not a trigger reading person. I don't read triggers. I just dive right on in
Hmm.
because I'm not triggered by anything. So at least I haven't come across anything that has triggered me. Let me say that.
Hmm.
Um, and so, but yeah, when I read that in the book, and then even it was even in the audio, it just gave me pause. Like, this is amazing. I've never seen that done.
Thank
And
you.
so in saying that, I know that um, book two, because of that, is a lot heavier than book one was.
Hmm.
So in writing the book one versus book two, when you finished the book, like, how did you feel personally? How did you feel?
With writing book two over book one.
Because book two is a lot heavier to
Mhm.
me than book one. So how are you feeling after writing book one, and then it's like, okay, now I'm writing book two and I'm writing heavier stuff. So when you were finished with the heavy stuff, I guess I should say, how did you feel?
I would love to sit here and say that it was incredibly healing for me to write it, and that's the big awful thing, right? Like, I would
Mm-hmm.
like to
Mm-hmm.
say that that was incredibly healing to write it. um it wasn't not healing, but it was heavy. And i it was my least favorite one to have to return to.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter wise, it was my least favorite. And I if there are spelling errors in that chapter, there 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 are just going to be spelling errors, because I I'm
You're
done
like,
with that.
hell no. Mm-mm.
I'm done with it. No, I mean, it's heavy, but it's I I feel I'm really glad that I wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
Um I am I love book 2 more than I love book 1, and I don't feel bad saying that at all. Um, I think in a lot of ways it's just better, but, I have also seen and received feedback from individuals who,
Mhm,
after reading The Big Awful Thing in particular, that they felt extremely seen or
mhm.
they actually received clarity and answers as to their own trauma, and
Mhm.
they were like, "I didn't know that that's what happened to me, and I had been trying to figure out the words for forever," um, and
Wow.
asked me to connect them to some services
Mhm.
for individual therapy, and, so I don't it did exactly what I would hope it would do.
That
So,
is beautiful. That is
it
look at
wasn't healing
you.
to write it, but it has been healing for to me to have other people read it.
Yes, and that has to make you feel really, really good and comforted to know, like, I wrote something without realizing that I would be healing people like that.
Mhm.
Um, oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's very much like I am when they come to me, I'm like, "I am so sorry this happened to you. I'm
Mhm.
so sorry that you came to this realization, and, um, but I'm also really happy for you to be able to take because now you have options. Now you know.
Yes.
Now you can choose to heal, and you can't that's why I put in the therapy scene in the book is because you're then able once you can identify, you can then really start to the healing process. So
Right. Right. You, within the healing process, created an environment where there was therapy.
yes.
Ah, I love the therapy in the book. First of all, the whole thing where you can watch the healing on the wall as it stitches as you're healing, as you're talking about it.
Yep.
Where did that come from? Like, because damn, maybe it's because of what I'm thinking. Like, I really wish that that would happen in real time. Like, you would know, like, okay, I've discussed this, and when you've healed from it. And in the book, it's like what is a short amount of time outside is
Mhm.
longer in there. And it was, oh, CJ, that was beautiful. Hmm. Yeah.
Thank you.
How did that work for you?
So that therapy scene,
Hmm.
surprise, surprise, it is all therapeutic strategies, like real therapeutic strategies,
Oh.
very common statements that victims will say. Um, and so that clock, where it and it's not a spoiler, but to
Right.
explain what the clock is, but the clock essentially is um, where you get to watch your scar heal.
Hmm.
That scar represents the trauma that you're there for. And every time that you've progressed in your therapeutic process, a stitch happens and
Hmm.
the wound closes up a little bit more and becomes this beautiful scar. And you learn that scars are a form of healing. So
Right.
what I did there is an actual therapeutic strategy that I've used when I worked with children, and I can't remember the name for some reason, but basically you make your emotions into an object, so
Hmm.
then you can learn to it's like an emotional regulation strategy. So I'll use it with
Hmm.
children who have these maladaptive behaviors through their
Hmm.
trauma and big emotions and not sure what to do with them. And so you make them into this object that you can physically hold so you can feel like you have some sort of control, and you can move it and do what you want with it. And so I wanted to make that into a fantastical type theme in a fantasy book, and
Hmm.
so that's how I came up with that.
I loved it. That was my favorite part of the book.
Thank you. It's my favorite too,
The
actually.
healing was the favorite part. It was just like, this is so therapeutic. It was, this is great. This is great. Colin needed therapy. Um,
Yes. Yes, but
Colin
it's
was
always the
unhinged.
victims.
But he was unhinged as hell.
He's
Like
scary.
extremely,
And you know
extremely.
why he's so scary is because he is very much a real life monster, right? Like it is these are the type of individuals that you
Mm-hmm.
actually meet.
Yeah. Because he was so, it was like he could turn on the charm, but he really
Yep.
was not fucking charming. It was just like, well, I could see how a person would let their defenses down with someone like him. And
Mhm.
you think that it is okay, not realizing that you are being groomed.
Yep. It is classic manipulation, and just like I say in there, monsters have to be charming.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. And what he allowed to happen to his sister,
Mhm.
he was given a choice and he didn't care.
He did not care at all. Nope.
He didn't care. I
Nope.
was
He
just
said,
like, what?
"Mhm. Mhm.
Oh my God.
Yep." He said, "Bye, Olivia."
What was writing him like? He'd have made me mad.
Well, at first it was frustrating because I was writing him as a potential MMC.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I was
You
like,
did say that.
"Oh, like I like this." And there were some parts in there that originally were meant for Colin that I
Mm-hmm.
ended up having to put into add some spicy scenes to make them Dax's line because I was like, "I can't get rid of this."
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Okay.
yeah. So like the shot caller scene, like that the famous one. Yes, so like those were some of the lines that had to be pulled from because I'm like, we can't I need
Mm-hmm.
these here. So it was incredibly frustrating. Um, and it went back and forth a lot on do I like him? Do I
Mm-hmm.
not? And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
finally had to just that's why I made him do the big awful thing because I needed to not like him anymore. Otherwise, I was going to make him another
Yeah.
MNC.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see that.
Yep.
You dropped a bomb in your book on Elena's parents.
Mhm.
Um, I will be honest. I felt like her dad was exactly who I thought he was. And he was.
Okay. You weren't surprised at all.
I was not surprised. I wasn't surprised, but I was. It was like, it was one of those things where you, again, have your readers guessing.
Mhm.
Because I was just like, this has to be, but why are you just going along with this shit? Why is it okay? Like, if
Mhm.
you're her dad, why is this okay? Um, and so yeah, when it finally came out, like, oh yeah, that's him. I'm just
Mhm.
like, oh, someone kill him. That was
So like, oh my
I,
gosh.
I wanted him unalived. I was so mad.
Why?
I was so mad because I'm like, why are you allowing these things to happen to her?
No, that's fair. That is fair.
Like, just why are you going along with this? And it was just like, I feel like, okay, maybe he wasn't 100% sure. Um, but yeah, he made me mad. He made me very mad. He redeemed himself, but I was angry at first with her dad.
I
So,
think I know where you're going with this. Like,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
mhm.
So, Elena's
Lay it
mother
on
and
me.
father,
Lay it on me. Yep.
are we getting a prequel?
Oh, okay. So,
Can we just get a snip part of a prequel?
just want a little. Just first you want me to unalive him. Now you want a little prequel.
Well, maybe I figured he could redeem himself a little tiny bit more if he just, but yeah.
So There is a plan for this series that involves a prequel. Um, yeah, I can say that much.
Okay, that's
Mhm,
it. That's fine with me.
mhm.
Because I was just like, well, what the fuck happened with him? Because no, mm-mm.
You're like, "He has a
Oh,
story. I wanna
he
hear it."
does. He does. And I definitely want to hear it. And Sam has a story. And so Sam will be book three.
Caleb will be book 3.
Caleb is book three. Why did
Caleb
I
is
think it
book
was
3.
Sam?
Oh, yeah, no, Caleb is gonna be in book 3, which is coming out this year, and the audiobook will
Yes.
be narrated by Corbin King, and with Lucy Rivers as the FMC. Um, so Caleb will be played by Corbin King.
Yeah. You picked some amazing ass narrators. I know that. You
They
definitely did.
are amazing. I mean, Lucy, so I made a post about this yesterday, but like and I won't go too much into it, but the emotions that Lucy brings to the table with
Mm-hmm.
this, like, I don't have words for it, and I can't put it any better than the video that I posted yesterday, which is that she didn't write it, but she made me feel it.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Just incredible.
She is one of those narrators. There are certain narrators who they do more than bring a book to life. Like it's crazy how they do it. And Joe Arden as Timmy is one of those narrators.
Mhm.
Um, so it's just like the the way that they do the voices, it's just like, yeah, this is perfect. I did watch the live with Corbin
Mhm.
King. So I was just, yeah, like this is gonna be
Yep.
great.
Yep. Yeah, I was surprised when he read all the spicy stuff. I mean, not all of it, but um, I mean, he did not hold back. I was like, man, is TikTok gonna kick him off?
They better not. It's that growl. As long as he
Right?
growls, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
It's
I
not go-
respect them all so much as narrators. I mean, they are truly in the right profession.
Mhm.
I mean, but in Lucy's audition, I will say that the scene that she read,
Mhm.
I actually went back and edited because she
Really?
did so well. I was like, my writing has to be on par with her narrating at this point. Um, yeah, I mean, and same with Andy Eloise. I mean, Andy Eloise is just so I mean, they all are. I could fangirl over all of them all
Andy
day.
Eloise, like when she reads her characters, I picture her. I don't know how, like, if they're like, oh, she has long black hair, then I just picture her with long black hair. She's so beautiful. Like, it's just,
She becomes the FMC. Like I totally agree with you.
oh
She
my
just
God.
is that character. And it's so crazy because then I'll hear her immediately after in her lives be someone else. I'm like, oh, you're them too. And it doesn't
Yes.
feel weird. It's not like, you know how
Mm-hmm.
when you watch a movie with a beloved actor that's so well known and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I remember you in this movie. I don't think that you are also this person. But
Mm-hmm.
Andy, I believe it every time. Like, whoever you are in this moment, I believe you.
She is absolutely amazing. I love her. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, you narrated this book. I'm going to go ahead and listen to it because,
Hmm.
yeah, it's perfection every time. I love it.
Hmm.
There will never be any Andy bashing ever. She's just
No,
amazing.
none of them. None of them. It takes complete vulnerability to
Mhm.
give your voiceover like that and your face. Like
Yeah.
I'm not showing my face. I mean, they are truly putting everything out there, and it's such a
Yeah.
privilege to be able to watch them and watch their professions. I mean, their professions have already soared. I mean, they're celebrities in my opinion.
I
Um,
feel that way too. Okay, it's not just me.
yes.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, it's
Yeah.
not. They are complete and utter celebrities. Anytime that they show up anywhere, it's gasps throughout the room and people
Mhm.
being starstruck, right? Like I feel that way too. So yeah.
Ooh, oh my goodness. Well, CJ, this has been fun.
Yes. No, you were so great to talk to. I'm so glad we got to do this.
This has been so much fun. I love this. I'm so happy that we got to do this. I would love to have you back. Definitely once, Pray for Me comes out. I need to read that.
Yes,
Um,
please.
because yeah, I need to see. And will Dax and Elena be coming back for book 3 at all? They make
You will see Dax and Elena and Sam
Oh,
back
can
in
Sam
book
get a book?
3.
Can Sam give you if you just want to, if you just want to give him like 60 pages, a little novella for him, that's fine.
I I am actually given what I did in book 2, I am really surprised that people want me to put my hands on Sam. I am really surprised. Knowing that
It's
I
just
know that you all love him and that I love to mess with your all's feelings.
no, see, don't do that. Don't never mind, CJ. Go and put him back on the shelf. No,
She said, "Mm-mm, mm-mm."
no, thank you. No, thank you. When you put it like that, no, thank you. Oh, well,
Oh,
this has been great. I have enjoyed our time. This is just, I look forward to reading book 3.
I so appreciate you having me. I can't wait to come back and be able to sit with you and hear what you think about Pray for Me and the spice in it. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Oh my God. Okay. We'll be back for it then.
Mhm.
Thank you so, so very much. I
Thank
appreciate you
you.
and I look forward to speaking with you again.
Wonderful. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye.